Can I get your number?
Sure, I finish in 10 minutes.
Oh.
Can I get a drink?
No, that's just my email. So can I get your number at gmail.com? Yeah.
And what was your email?
Far out, you're gorgeous.
Thank you. You're not so bad yourself.
No, at gmail.com. It's my email.
How many dates does it take for you to sleep with a guy?
Jamie, how many days?
For you, not Jamie.
For me, it depends on the chemistry. Like, if I'm feeling your vibe, it doesn't really matter.
All right, so if you find a guy attractive and he's not a weirdo.
If I'm feeling your vibe, like.
But do you go out with guys you don't find attractive?
No.
So what is your type?
Dark skin.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, how many dates would it take for you to sleep with me?
2.
Why 2?
Because you're attractive.
Why not the first date?
Nah, I gotta get to know you.
You can get to know me on the first date.
2.
Okay.
Modern women will sleep with a player on the first or second date, but they'll make the beta provider wait a month before doing the same thing. These women make rules for the providers and break rules for the Chad and Tyrones. Once they've had their fun throughout their 20s, they'll scoop up some simp provider at the end of their youth to pay the bills for her and her kids.
Easier to get for men or women?
I say woman.
But it's not like they're accepting it as much as men.
Why woman?
I don't know. I feel like, just from my experience, like I'm quicker to like deny a man. Like, you know, men try all the time. I get a lot of attention from men, and I'm just like, no, I don't know.
Men are more of the pursuers in it, where like a woman could just be like chilling, and then a man is just like, what you doing? Like, and stuff like that. I feel like women chill more, whereas men pursue it.
We all know it's much easier for women to get laid if they want to. Many men don't have options, whether it be online dating or real life, because women are chasing the top 1%, whereas women can walk into any bar and find a dude that will smash regardless.
Do you eventually want marriage and family?
Of course.
Do you eventually want marriage and family?
Yes, I have the career now.
Okay, do you eventually want marriage and family?
Yeah.
So here's the reality. If you don't want it, then how are you relevant to the conversation? Because high value men don't want you because they want marriage and family.
But that's a paradox, because oftentimes you guys say women, your number one goal in life is to be married. But I don't think that you hold men to the same standard. You guys say men, they don't really need to settle down. They can have their own circle of ladies that they kind of juggle. I mean, I don't know if this is what you guys say, but I'm just saying from the last podcast that I was on. This is the only thing that's going to give you meaning and value in your life. And I do know there's a lot of studies that do support that women are happier in marriages. But if we don't have the opportunity or the choice to do other things, we're not going to want to be in marriage.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the kind of man that you want, the high value, highly desirable man, whatever you want to call it, you want him, right? You want to be married. You may not want a family by him.
No, absolutely. I want to be with somebody who is,
yes,
to me, is amazing.
So the reality of the matter is you have to make that a priority in your life. And what happens for too many women is that in your 20s, you will sacrifice all the things that make you desirable to that man, and you end up becoming a man. You end up getting all these masculine skills.
That's a lot of shade to the male population.
There's no shade to the male population. If you guys are taking on masculine traits, then that's only hurting you.
First of all, I mean, what do you mean by masculine traits? Because I think the traits that I think are the most prominent with me are creativity, innovation, or whatnot. Those are not necessarily masculine traits. That's not male or
in a social dynamic. You are a very assertive individual and a very dominant individual.
But that's just my personality. It's not like I can change that
but here's
or
the problem.
alter that. And I wouldn't want to.
If there was a guy whose personality was naturally more passive, naturally more submissive, for a lot of women, that wouldn't be attractive. So just because it's the way you are doesn't negate the fact that nobody wants it.
I think I should always better myself, but I don't think that I should change myself to please a man.
So you don't have to, you're right. You don't have to change yourself to please a man. But what you got to realize is if you don't possess what the man wants, you can't get mad at the man.
But there's a lot of different types of men out there.
But the problem is you want all those types of men. You literally said you want this top of the line caliber of man. So if you wanted a different type, if you wanted a 50-50 egalitarian, effeminate man,
I don't want
more
that.
Exactly. That's the problem. You want a more masculine, assertive, ambitious.
But I haven't had any trouble.
Hold on, you said earlier that you want a partnership though, but I wasn't listening.
So no. I think a partnership means that somebody will support you and help you in whatever goals you have.
And the problem is that let me tell you the fundamental thing. The type of man that you want has options. He can choose Israel, India, Egypt.
Can I say I wouldn't want a man who didn't choose me out of a few?
Beautiful. He has options. The challenge is what you are bringing to the table, what you want. The other girls are not going to fight him for. You want him to support and join your team as well. These other two girls, India and Egypt, say, I will just join this team. I'm not trying to do all those. They have the advantage over you. You are combative. Mm-hmm. You are combative. When talking to you, we're going to have to argue. With those girls, you don't have to argue. So the challenge is going to be, why would he choose them over
wouldn't
you?
a man get bored by a woman who doesn't have any opinion or care at all?
Okay. So,
this is the last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's the fundamental problem. So many women want to tell men what they like. Wouldn't a man not like that? Wouldn't a man? No, we're not you. Women keep on living in a world where they think they're men. The way I feel about men is the way men feel about women. No. And so the unfortunate reality is that is not true. And if you keep on viewing men, the men view women, the way you view men, you will keep on experiencing the same negative results over and over again. No, to answer your question, no, they will not get bored. It's actually peaceful.
You hear all these middle-aged women talking about eventually wanting marriage and family. What they fail to realize is men don't want a middle-aged woman to start a family with. Having children over 30 is statistically far more dangerous, and you can only have 1 to 2 kids tops. Many men will ignore these women in their 30s for a young, feminine woman that isn't obsessed with a degree and independence. Many of these women can't even cook or be a good mother after years of being ran through and working like a man in the workplace. Never let a woman get you this emotional. Who knows what happened after this clip ended, but we all know who's getting arrested when the cops show up. If you see your chick doing something like this, just stop. Take a deep breath, block her on all avenues of social media and texting, delete, and walk away. There is no reason to get this emotional over a thigh.
This whole equality thing go. I'm sorry, I know that women fought forever for it, but it's just like, wait a minute, I fought to be able to be you? What happened to being me? Right. Like, I just want to be the best version of me that there is, and I do want to be compensated for that. So whatever I bring to the table, I should be compensated for. But you and I don't bring the same gifts to the table. That's what makes us unique and special. That's what also makes us a good team. But if I'm constantly fighting to be equal to you, then there's no time or space for my gifts. And then it left the men that I was around annoyed because they felt like this fucking woman's always in competition with me, but we're not the same.
Women didn't even fight for feminism. Less than 4% of women actually supported first-wave feminism. The Rockefellers and their bosses are the ones that pushed this agenda to generate more taxes, get the mothers out of the house, and the children into the public school system earlier. It was never about equality, but rather control and manipulation over the nuclear family while destroying the masculine man at the same time.